Let's fight, let's fight, let's fight. A very good evening to each and every one of you. Wherever you guys are joining us from this evening, it's good to see all of you. It is great, as a matter of fact, to see each and every one of you. We couldn't ask for a better audience than folks like Estelle Griffith and Rupert Young and all you other fantastic folks like Racer Dan. A good evening to each and every one of you. It is our privilege to have you guys. When you're joining us on Twitter, and we know you guys are going to retweet, you guys are going to comment on Twitter, you're going to let us feel your presence there. Whether you guys are joining us on YouTube, how you folks doing on YouTube? And you guys on Facebook. But YouTube, you gotta subscribe to that channel. Facebook people, the ghetto. This is we lines. You are our people. Facebook. Folks like Felicia McLean and Grace Harding, Paulette Greaves and Barbara Vaughn. Barbara Vaughn, is it Danny Ram? Or Danny Ram? Barbara Vaughn, Danny Ram. Good to see you. Good to see all of you. GT Root Gal, good to see you out there. GT Root Gal, and is it Mignell, let me see, who's that name? Mignell, Vashti Magnot, all the way from Canada. Good to see you there as well, Vashti. Lynn McDonald, all of you beautiful, fantastic, sweet, handsome, pretty, cute, lovely people. We are so privileged. We couldn't ask for a better audience than you. We couldn't ask for better fans and followers than you guys. We are tremendously privileged that you guys are here. We trust you guys have had a great day. How is it going? How is your day going? We know some days for you guys are far from over. Your day for some folks far from over. But that said, guys, we are still wishing you guys the best, hoping that you guys are not just surmounting the challenges, guys, that you're not just living, you're not just surviving, but you are thriving as well. That is our hope for each and every one of you. Whether you're a Trenchy, whether you are a Jagabat, whatever the case may be. Folks, we welcome each and every one of you. Each and every one of you. Each and every one of you. We are so grateful for you guys. So grateful. So grateful for each and every one of you. So happy all of you guys are here. Barbara says she's watching. John says he's watching. Nikki Innes says he's watching. Great to have each and every one of you guys. I don't know about you, but I am excited to head to the fight card. But first, guys, we encourage you to consider partnering with us. Those of you who are new to the program, unfortunately, we don't run on water. Unfortunately, we do not run on water. And so, guys, for as little as $5 US per month, for as little as $10 US per month, $15 US per month, $20 US per month, you guys can come on board and partner with us. You know by now we're available via the Cash App. We are available via the PayPal system as well. Available via MMG and available via MoneyGram and Western Union. We ain't got a problem with them. They don't have any problems with us either. Great to see each and every one of you guys. Consider it. And those of you who have partnered with us in the past, consider coming back and partnering with us now. That would be a great honor for us. We love having you guys, and you guys is what keeps this program going. You guys is who rather keeps this program going. So if you see the program and you love the program, it is because of you. It is because of your efforts. It's because of the efforts of Ringsiders. We love you guys. Folks, I don't know about you, but I want to get to the fight card. I am eager to get to the fight card, folks. Eager to get to the fight card. Wherever you guys are joining us from, welcome in the ring. Let's fight, folks. Let's fight and let's head to the fight card. Where are we this evening? We are in the fight card, guys. We are in the fight card, waiting for some of you guys to catch up with us. We are fired up and we are ready to go. We may have a guest or two dropping by. We're supposed to be honored with the presence of a leader of the Alliance for Change, Khemraj Ramjattan, Member of Parliament, the Honorable Khemraj Ramjattan, and perhaps somebody else might drop by. Who knows? Who knows? We like to keep things open here. We love to keep our options open. That's how we keep going. Guys, wherever you're joining us from, share the live stream. Granger say out. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Granger said, I out. The man has gone to look after his health. He waited. He wanted to be part of the 21st Biannual Delegates Congress of the PNCR. As you know, it should have been earlier in the month, but they had to push it back by a week. And so Mr. Granger, unfortunately, his schedule was already set to be overseas. That is the information we have received to look after his health and get some much needed rest. And so Granger said to us, I out. I gone. I'm sorry I can't be here. He sent his well wishes for the Congress. He sent his Christmas greetings one time, which suggested to us that Granger going to be gone into the new year. But apparently, folks, it is follow the leader. Apparently, it is follow the leader because Valde say I gone too. Valde say I gone too. Valde say I gone too. Right? Valde say I gone as well. And so, folks, that being said, this is what Valde saying. Valde say I gone too. That's what Valde saying. I gone to. See y'all later some other time. And she has stated that she has left for personal reasons. She is leaving for personal reasons. Leaving for personal reasons. And so we respect that. But it tells us just how much. It tells us just how much this race has changed. Just how much this race has changed, ladies and gentlemen. We seem to be having some technical issues, and we're going to ensure that we have the stream running pristine for you guys. Again, Valde says, I out. I think we have that graphic. Valde says, I gone too. I out too. And folks, we have to respect. We have to respect Valde's wishes there. Do we have that on the fight card? Valde says, I out too. Guys, good to have each and every one of you. And you know, folks, the race has really changed, because if you had asked me perhaps 2-3 years ago, I would have said Valde would have been perhaps one of the front runners in this race. And so it's very, 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 I would say, surprising to see the turn of events where the race for the leader, the next leader of the PNCR is concerned. But it is what it is. And, you know, whatever Comrade Lawrence goes off to do, whatever direction, I'm certain she's going to be helping the party still in various capacities. But whatever she goes off to do, ultimately, we wish her the best. She's worked hard, and like Mr. Granger, deserves her rest as well. Want to turn my attention to the catfish. Let's bring up that graphic big on the screen. Catfish. Bring it up big on the screen. Big on the screen. Big on the screen, folks. Big on the screen. That is what we want. Big on the screen. Big on the screen. That's what we want to see. We're going to take what we get tonight. The Jagabat seems to be trying with us, and we're going to take what we get and wait for what we want. Catfish. Y'all know them, folks. Y'all know them. Granger know them too. The Catfish crew. Valde know them. The Catfish crew. And they can't take them. They can't stand them. The Catfish crew. But look what this one telling me. Look what Catfish telling me. Catfish telling us. Catfish telling us that they put in high-tech cameras from the Mandela Avenue. The new road they're building here from Mandela, well, rather the new road they're continuing from the new AFC administration. From Mandela Avenue to Diamond. They put in high-tech cameras. That's what they're trying to convince us. They are putting high-tech cameras. Just like they put a high-tech scanner at the airport. Just like they put a high-tech scanner. Millions of dollars. That scanner costs taxpayers. It work a day yet? It's like the Skeldon Sugar Factory. State of the art. It produces a kilowatt of energy yet. It produces a pound of sugar yet. State of the art. He's putting high-tech cameras. Just like that scanner that they by GRA. Tons upon tons of cocaine passing. This cannot pick up nothing. Huh? You trust the PVP to put anything any place to function properly? He said he put in high-tech cameras. High-tech. That's what the man said. He put in high-tech. I ain't trust them to put nothing proper. I ain't trust them to put nothing proper. We ain't buying that. High-tech, and then they can come back and say, oh, the camera working. One day the camera working. Last night somewhere we were going, and we saw one traffic light, like fairy lights, blinking all the time. High-tech traffic lights. Nothing functions properly under these guys. Absolutely nothing. Nothing functions properly. Nothing functions as it should under these guys. The cross. Folks, you know it. I know it. The cross. That's what we're dealing with. The people cross. They are cross. They ain't cross. They cross. That's what we got here. Folks. Folks. We beg. But we ain't stupid. We beg. We know we got we age. But we ain't stupid. We ain't stupid at all. Again, we beg. We admit it. Right? We like we age. And we looking good too. We like we age and we looking good. Who vex? Who vex? We know the trenches. The trenches on the string. As we say, the trenches in the comment. Yeah, war with them. They go vex. Right? We beg, but we ain't stupid. That's what we telling y'all. We beg, but we ain't stupid. Right? Because Irfan and Ashni trying to rackle we. Irfan and Ashni trying to rackle us, and we having it. We not having it. Now these guys collected about $230 billion in revenue last year. How much they spend? 4.5 billion. 415 billion. Twice the revenue they collected. Balanced budgets are a thing of the past. Twice the amount of money they have spent, and then they come back to Parliament now. They want 26 billion more. Twice they have collected 230 billion in revenue. But on a spending spree, we beg. But we ain't stupid. You cheering got no money. You cheering got no money. They cheering got no money that they can't pay. And these guys spending big. Again, collected $230 billion revenue. Look how much they spend. 415. Actually, what happening? You see, this is what you got. When you got an accountant masquerading as an economist. Masquerading as an economist. And certainly, accountants got their uses. But steering this economy needs the professionals. You need the certified, bona fide economists. Not this jagabat Ashley saying. But that's all they could do. Run up the national debt. That's what they're doing. You know, we often say how much money oil is bringing in, and it's in the natural resource fund, and it's going to be there for future generations. Where? Them guys done spend all of that. They done spend it out. Y'all know them, we know them, we all know them. They done spend that out already. They done spend it out. They done spend it out. Bring up that thing big on the screen. Let people see these numbers. And look at Ashley's face. You can tell he's a scam. You just look at your face and you could tell he's a scam. You could tell he's a scam. You could tell he's a scam. You can tell what's going on here. You can tell. We beg. People, we beg, but we ain't stupid. We beg, but we ain't stupid. Beg, but we ain't stupid, folks. We having it. We ain't having it. We ain't having it. We ain't having it. We ain't having it. So look what he's here now. Look the jagabats. Look what's happening here. Folks, share the live stream for us. Share the live stream. We beg. Tony, we beg, but we ain't stupid. Magnell, we beg. Clive Jackson, we beg, but we ain't stupid. Look, money them people selling. Your grandparents. You can become great grandparents and your children still owe money. Folks, share the live stream for us. wherever you're joining the live stream from tonight, share the live stream. Look at this Jagabat. Minister of Agriculture telling us, every minister, installed minister in this government, told this nation that the sugar workers were owed severance. The sugar workers were owed severance. Yeah? They went on so far. Anil Nandilal, the installed minister of Legal Affairs, told this country, he said this is reparations for sugar workers. They were dismissed unfairly. They were not given severance pay, and now they're receiving their severance pay. And this Jagabat, this vagabond, this cross, Mustafa, Zulfikar Mustafa, got up today in the National Assembly, the highest court in this country, and told the people of this country that this 250 is no longer severance. He says, not really a severance. We're lying to y'all all the time. It is not really a severance, German Osborne. He said it is now an election promise that they are fulfilling. An election promise they are fulfilling. And that's it. That's what the people told this nation. After convincing us, or at least some of you, convincing the Trenchies, convincing the Jagabats, the Jebusites, the Nakavakamites, the Philistines, convincing them that this was severance, he got up in the National Assembly. It took a long time. You see, they got the comorbidities. They should be living closer to Father than last of us, you know. They know they got their comorbidities. It took about half an hour to get up. And then he can lie, you know. When you know you got 1 foot in the grave, you got to live right with Father. He told this nation that this is not severance. It's just a campaign promise they're fulfilling. Compton Harvey, y'all ever hear anything like this? We big, but we ain't stupid. We big. Carol Hudson, we big, but we ain't stupid. That's what we're saying. And so this Jagabat told these untruths, told these lies in the National Assembly. It's not severance. Campaign promises being fulfilled. Look, some folks better make me some promises. I want TV station. I want Isle Black. You understand me? I want 5G cellular service. Those are just a couple of things. And then you could say, we made promises. And the promises got to be fulfilled. You know they can't bring that severance stock because we carried them to court. So they're now backpedaling these treacherous, lying, evil, conniving demons. That's what they're telling this country here. That is what they are telling this country. How can you trust them, Jazzy Innes? How can you trust them, Charlotte Barnes? How can you ever trust them? These are the people. 2 weeks, they're on social media, they're on television, telling the nation it's severance. And now Zulfikar Mustafa, again, these people know they got the comorbidities. And before he living closer to Father, closer to Father, the good book says truth on the inward parts. That's what he wanted. This man lied to this nation, you know. They just lie like when harsh trotting. Is they meant to ownage? Is they meant to lie in ownage? Yeah? Lying to this nation every day. Like when harsh trotting. That's these folks. How you could trust them? You tell me that. Sister Mercy, Claudette Harry, how we could trust them? When they're so bereft of honesty, bereft of integrity? No. We ain't giving we trust easy. We are think this is a Saul good shop. You just come and trusting things. That's how you're gonna run a government? That's how you're gonna run a government? They can't even pack a bus with ties and deliver it on time. It's the whole government these jagbas want to run, you know. You all understand why we are where we are now? We got to get rid of them. We got to get rid of them. But I told you all about this one. Sandra Boston, I told you all about this one the other night. Prayer. Folks, the PPP, the wicked Deborah Simon, Ravi, you know, Ravi Diarup, you know, the wicked stink and dirty. Y'all know it. You know it, I know it, we all know it. Fitz Gulliver, you know it as well. Margaret Nelson, Sharon, Castillo Edwards. You know those folks. Join us on Christopher Jones' Facebook page. Y'all know it as well. The wicked. The wicked. Those of you joining us on the Apnu AFC page, share the live stream. Y'all know the stink. And the folks on the AFC page, sharing the live stream. Y'all know the dirty, the wicked, stink, and dirty. That's the people. That's who they be. That's who they is. You think they can change? Huh? Could a leopard change his stripes? Could a zebra? Huh? Could a scorpion stop being a scorpion? That is who they be. And Schumann, you know, finding out the hard way. One, the hard way. I'm hearing, I know the China party people saying nothing but Schumann problems. Schumann is this thing by himself. All by himself. He's finding out the hard way. Clive Jackson, you know that. Dennis Wilborg, you know that. Bharat Mangard, you know, you only stifling your conscience. You know, the PPP, they are wicked, they are stunk and dirty. Wicked, stink, and dirty. That's who they be. And so Priya is now saying in a circular to teachers that if they do not take the vaccine, they risk being fired. They risk having monies deducted out of their salaries. This is how they're forcing this vaccine down people's throats. If you don't take the vaccine by a certain time, right? Things in tight, hold on, let's go back to prayer. They risk being fired, salary deductions, or no salary at all. These are the people who are trying to convince us that they care. Done smart, these are the people trying to convince us that they care. They could take your whole salary. Folks, they could take your whole salary. You understand me? Because you take a vaccine. You understand us? And they're going to come and try to convince us that they care. Where? Which side? How? Care where? They want to strip you of your dignity, bring you down to a mendicant status, and then carry you down forward to beggar status, and they can say, we care. Like how they care for Schumann. Same way, like how they care for Schumann, that's how they care for people. So you all better take warning. You better take warning. Dennis Wilberg, let me take warning. Let me take warning. We know who they be. We know who they are. They can't surprise me. How they can surprise me? They can surprise y'all. But they can't surprise the I and I. They cannot surprise the I and I. Folks, things tight. Things tight. That's how things are in this country. They're a little tight. Perhaps tight. Maybe tight. They're tight. Things are tight, folks. Every day in this country, the prices going up. Folks from Port Kaituma reached out to us. They said last year, this time, ginger. Right? Ginger isn't used on any massive scale in this country. Ginger was $140 a pound. Now ginger is $500 a pound. When you see ginger, you got to salute. It's General Ginger. How ginger is $500 a pound? What people using ginger for? Now the demand that ginger can run it up to $500 a pound. Some of y'all wicked, you know. Some of the farmers and producers, wicked, stink, and dirty. $500 a pound for ginger? Lyndon Hicks? That's rape. $500 a pound. We need to Washington for ginger? Well, this little me version of fried rice won't get the ginger this Christmas. Right? I can just pass on ginger beer. $500 a pound? You got to pay for ginger now in installments? Just now, of course, selling ginger and selling furniture. You're going to pay down a 140, right? And then you pay every month a little $40, a little. Things tight. When ginger carrying them price, bread raise, right? People can't even buy Bora. You got pan, you can't even buy Bora now. Everything gone up in the market. A little bottle of cooking oil. Oh, God. A little bottle of cooking oil. Well, we steaming everything now. We steaming everything. Steaming the stew, steaming the rice, steaming everything. That's what we're doing. Steaming everything. That's what we're doing. Folks, things tight. Things are tight. Not a little tight, plenty tight. Look what happened in the army. Look what happened in the army. Look, folks, it used to be when you see somebody in uniform, in army uniform, you used to think there's people. You used to think this person is morally upstanding. And then we were introduced to Mark Phillips, and we hopes and dreams were shattered. When you see somebody in uniform, you should say, run the lane, this is somebody. Huh? You should think this is somebody, Don Hayward Noel. You should say somebody respectable of character, integrity, somebody of depth and learning. And then we introduce you to Mark Phillips, and we say, oh, shucks. Huh? Oh, shucks. My mother says a thing. You see some people, you think there's people. But when you get to know them, you realize it's not really people, it's animal you're dealing with. We were introduced to Mark Phillips, and then we realized everybody in uniform is not the same. And so a couple soldiers, and a businessman, they defrauded in the army over $700 million. Them boys gone big. I want them to do a thorough investigation. I hope some people name and call. Right? I hope Phillips name and call. I want them to do a thorough investigation. Things tight. People doing all kinds of things. Things are tight. Right? It's tight. In the ghetto, Bel Air and stuff, Prado, it's tight. It's tight in this country, folks. People doing all kinds of strange things. Look at them boys doing it in Barbies. Them boys are waiting for the remittances. Look what them boys doing in Barbies. They're waiting for remittances. Look what they're doing. Counterfeit currency ring in Barbies. Counterfeit currency. Y'all think it's only Savitri, the little scamp in Region 3. Y'all think it's only she with her hand in the cashier register defrauding people in this country? You think it's only Savitri? You see some of them quiet. You know the deadly? But then we were introduced to Onage. And then the more slim they be. And so on. That little quiet. Look, them is the anacondas, them is the barriers. You think easy? The little scamp in Region 3 put a whole region to shame. Now Region 3, people don't even want to identify as Region 3. That's what happened in Region 6 now. Them guys got a whole fake currency racket, a counterfeit currency racket happening in Region 6. Right? And people say this is wrong by Will. Zulfikar them is live in the area down there. Zulfikar area. You understand me? Big counterfeit racket. Folks, the full book of the law gotta be thrown at these jaguars. Y'all sharing the live stream. Thousands of you are watching us from around the world. Folks, share the live stream for us. Let the international community really see what the PAP has brought this country through. Guys, we could do a 3-hour show, 4 or 5 hours, and we run out of content, This country going down. This country like Fly Jamaica going down. It's like Red Jet going down. It's like Easy Jet going down. Where's we had it? Going down on these jagabats. Nothing grows under them. It's like the soil of the earth. Nothing grows under them. Khemraj says like a banyan tree. So whole counterfeit racket. in Region 6. Must Savage family from Region 3. Must Savage family. Things tight. Them boys and waiting for remittances. They're creating their own remittances. Brenda Braffett, things tight. Michelle Jones, it tight. Things tight. So New Amsterdam security guard, you see Region 6? Region 6 people know things tight. Those folks joining us in Christopher Jones' page, y'all sharing this live stream. Some of y'all just watching and living out for free. Y'all got change for the new year, you know. Those folks on that new AFC page, we got change for the new year. Don't let me get complacent. AFC people, what's yet? Y'all got for change for the new year. So security guard in New Amsterdam, things tight. We are being made to understand that now the man has been arrested because 1.2 went missing. 1.2 million went missing. I never see thief and hustle like since the PP come back. Thief, hustle, coke is like a national pastime in this country. Crime spiraling. And Robeson just there in Parliament. Robeson sits next to Zulfikar in Parliament. And I know if there's in the same place because the two of them is a race to see who can move more slow. There's a turtle and a turtle. That is why crime running away from Robeson Bend, running away from Papa Jagabat, running away from Catfish. That's where we are in this country. But folks, even in all of this gloom, even in all this doom, even in all this rancor, even in all this fraud with the PPP, even in all this campism, there is a ray of hope sometimes. You see, and when you see the ray of hope, sometimes you start unpacking your suitcase. That you say, I done with this country, I gone. You throw a brick behind you in the airport and you say, I done with this. You spit on the camera. But when you see some things, you got a ray of hope. Your spirit lift. You say, there's hope yet in this country. You see, Father knows just went to shop, you know. You know how many times they pack me bag? Huh? How many times they pack me bag, then you see a ray of hope. And then you say, I can stick around a little bit more and see what the end will be. For the children, not for you. Some of y'all was a Trinidadians and said, done all and gone through, and it's not for y'all. It's for the children. Father knows. You see a little ray of hope. And that is what we saw this morning. Respect and manners. When you see the little ray of hope and some people who give you a little hope that this country, you know, can still become something. You all know, Michelle Obama got a book called Becoming. That's me, you know. 55 plus years later, we still becoming. Oh, we're trying to break free of the grasp of the Jagabats, the Philistines, the Gentiles. We're trying to break free, enter into the promised land. But them allowing we, you know. And when we see that little ray of hope, folks, we got to say respect and manners. And that is what Tatiana De Silva represented to this whole country today. Now, this is a police officer that's done an asterisk next to your name. He's a police officer. Tatiana is a police officer who found $1 million. Cash, not check. Because some check with bunks. $1 million a policewoman found. And the woman carried back the money. That woman gave back that money. This is what police commissioners are made of. When Granger said he was looking for police commissioner incorruptible, shirtless Tatiana, $1 million. This young lady fine. This is thing for share the live stream for. But some of y'all just stingy. You alone want to consume all of the news. You alone want to consume all the information. That girl, this officer, we salute you, Tatiana De Silva. $1 million she found. And Tatiana let things tight determine her character. Tatiana didn't let things being tight determine her integrity. Tatiana did not allow things becoming tight, determining her value system. You see, when you come to the job with morals, value, character, and integrity, you don't let the environment there change you. And Tatiana, you got to navigate so many hardship in this country on a daily basis. But you got your compass in the right place. Tatiana got your compass in the right place. Found $1 million by some fortune, and returned that money. Now I can see some tabras in the police force cussing Tatiana. To some people, Tatiana is a cuss word. She's stupid. She's foolish. She didn't see how things tight. Who she parents? The Lord don't come. The Lord is send. Look how the Lord send this money for have a bright Christmas. That's how some of y'all is thinking, That is how some of y'all is thinking. That's how the Jagabats mentality is. That is how the Jagabats mentality is. I can see people like Darmlal saying, where the she from by? She's a real pugly. $1 million, she get it back. The amount of problems they could solve this Christmas. Folks, y'all sharing the live stream. Some of y'all don't see the sweet. Some of y'all don't see the two-door fridge. Some of y'all don't see the microwave. So, the curtain you iron up. You don't see the beef. You don't see 4 pounds garlic. You don't see the pickled pork with $1 million. But Tatiana De Silva did the police force proud. It's difficult to find the silver lining. In this dark cloud police force. It is difficult. Remember, it's these people firing the chaplain because the man pray against corruption. It is these folks, and we found a ray of hope. I'm privileged as we go into the main event. We have Jurita Finance who's going to be joining us. I did say that Khemraj was going to stop by, or some other individual stop by this evening and help us to give context to these issues. We salute Tatiana De Silva. Respect and manners. Respect and manners, Tatiana. Some of y'all got to take a page out of Tatiana's book. You understand me? Take a page out of her book. I can see them, the Saru people, the fella at the top, at Sarah. He says she's a fool. God don't come. He said, look what God sent this girl. Look what God sent Tatiana. And she gave it back. I can see the assistant commissioners, all of them. He says, where's she from, man? Like she went David Rose. You understand how people are talking in this country? And instead of praising Tatiana, we got to protect people like this, in this country. They're a rare breed. Nobody like this in the PNP. None. Onech, put your hand on the book in the National Assembly, the Bible. Onech, put your hand in the Bible and lie to this nation. You think the PNP got people like this? Kwame assaulted a sitting member of parliament. Barry Ramsaran, who we once stripped and slapped. Nandalal on tape with Kaicho News talking about sourcing some little girl for your uncle. You think there are people like this in the PPP? But thank God. Thank the Father. The man upstairs. We still got good people in this country. So it is things like these give us a little hope. Things like these give people a little hope. Do we have Jurita with us this evening? Welcome in the ring. Member of Parliament, Jurita Finance, Shadow Finance Minister. Things tight, Jurita.
Good evening, Sharon. Good evening to all your viewers.
Jump right in. Good evening. Welcome. What are your thoughts?
First of all, thank you for having me tonight. I know it was
unpacking your bag still?
Pretty tough day. I actually just walked in through the day from the National Cabinet, sitting on the National Assembly today. Sharon, you were there. You saw what unfolded today. For the most part, exactly what I assumed. We had ministers of government, sitting ministers of government going to the National Assembly, and they are most upset that they have to answer a single question that pertains to the governance of this country and them spending taxpayers' dollars. This is a continuous behavior. The press conference that we had yesterday, Mr. Harmon, myself, and Mr. Ganesh Maipal, That's what we said. We said these are the people, and that's what we can preempt that their actions today, and exactly what we said. That is what that was done today. We had Mr. Nigel Dharamlal to the book again, going to the National Assembly, and when questions are asked of him, his responses consult with the budget presentation and stuff like that. So these are the people that we have to deal with. And I know some of the more glaring things that came out today in the when we were examining these numbers that they were bringing to the National Assembly, that they're coming to pass more money, some of which were already spent from the contingency fund and other supplementary monies that they wanted, coming up to in excess of $26 billion altogether. Shared, one of the most glaring things, and I noticed you mentioned it earlier, is the fact that there was an admission of the $250,000 that were given to the severed sugar workers, that this was not a severance pay, because they were going around the country basically saying that they have to pay the severance pay, and the coalition government was at pains in saying that we already paid severance to these workers. So again, could you go and pay this money? But then today in the National Assembly, the Minister of Agriculture actually admitted that what he did was just delivered to those people a campaign promise. We promised them that we go in there and we giving them this money. So we went in there, we give them this money. That's basically what it was, you know. And when the questions were asked, like, what method did you use to ascertain that 250,000 per person was actually needed? How did you arrive at that figure? His response that he got from his colleague, Priya Manichan, which is the next day, his response was love, care. That was his response. So we're left to believe that they are just running the country, spending taxpayers' dollars as though it is their very own. They're spending money as though they're spending it out of their own bank account, so they can just make spontaneous decisions without any consideration or any due process whatsoever. And more so, what we are left to understand is that they don't care about anybody else. This love and this care that they're talking about, it doesn't go to the public servants of this country. They care nothing about this person, because the same way they came to the National Assembly today to approve money, they could have come and included in that sum monies to give the public servants a proper increase for their wages and salaries, but that did not happen. And I want to add at this point, another one of the glaring things that came out is when the Minister of Housing, or Colin Crowell, when he was on the floor, he was talking again, and this is a PUP political gimmick that they speak extensively about house lots that they have been given out. And you know, he went at pains again to say that, oh well, since we came into office last year, we've given out 10,000 plus house lots, you know,
Lies. Lies.
right? So the thing is, and I did question him, because the line of questioning that was being asked by Annette Ferguson was on point. And I followed up by asking, of this 10,000 plus house lot that you say that you guys give out, how many of those persons were able to go and physically see a house lot? The minister basically responded and said that, oh well, persons were not able to see any physical house lot, but they did see it on a map, right? Because I further I further asked how many of those house lots that was given out since they went into office, 10,000 plus that they're talking about. How many of those persons actually have titles, or how many of, or even an agreement of sale? The minister responded to say basically none. So what is concluded is that they have just been running around with this political charade, telling people that they've given out house, not to be given out 10,000. Not a person that they have set to give out 10,000 plus house that has been able to even see a plot of land and say, oh well, I own this. They don't even know where it is.
It's a spot on
They
the
don't
map.
have agreement of
Bush
sale,
and
they don't
jungle.
have a title, and this is the administration that we're dealing with right now. It's so many nonsense.
You know, one of the things that I was struck by is how this installed catfish regime are resistant to questions, are resistant to interrogation. They don't want you to ask no question about governance, you know. You must just go along. Sign off on 26 billion of Guyanese taxpayers' dollars for them and the cronies and the cabal to spend the jagabats. They don't like questions.
Hmm. Well, one of I think of the persons who don't like questions, I think Nigel Darmlal is actually at the top of that list. He goes to National Assembly and he is so disrespectful to the process altogether that he doesn't even walk with his technical officers because he knows he has no intention of answering any questions. So whenever a question is asked, he says everything else except give an answer to the question. And we are so sick and tired of it. And personally, I believe that he has been allowed to carry on with that type of behavior, and it's not going to stop until the person in charge of the house actually sees it as rude and unkept behavior for a member of parliament, especially a sitting minister answering to government spending of taxpayers' dollars. I want to pinpoint something else because I see I see DPI Ministry of Education page actually cutting their information to suit. But the Minister of Education, if you can touch on that a bit, the
Go
Minister
right
of
ahead.
Education, one of the things that we was put before us today is the private school grants, that they extended the grant to private schools. Now, a lot of times they want to play the politics and say the coalition is against this and against that. It's not being against anything. You have to scrutinize the method in which these things are being done. So one of the things that came out today in the National Assembly is that the private schools, when that grant was actually extended that to the private schools, what happened, and the minister herself said it in the National Assembly today, is that persons came in claiming that they had private schools that they never heard of, that they had never heard of before. So obviously the question was posed, and I asked the question like, so
Fraud is fraud.
what is the criteria that was used to actually determine if these are there were schools that actually existed, so these things are what I'm saying. That persons I'm encouraging persons to actually go back and listen to these presentations and hear for yourself the answers that are given, because what it says to me, Sherrod. And I asked for disaggregation. Basically, I wanted it by region. How many private schools in region one, two, three, four, and so on and so forth that received this? We were getting responses like all, the majority. You know, these are just jargons. These things are, this is not parliamentary language that actually can substantiate your spending of taxpayers' dollars. We want to know how many. The minister, she went on and she went on, and then she said 58.
Usual.
She went on, and then she said 58. But Sherrod, what basically they were saying is that schools, private schools, receive monies that are those schools that are not even registered, basically receive money. So I definitely want to see a breakdown of those schools and the areas in which they are located. At least we have a school like the one in Eifelot receiving monies, and we could never find it. And that is the fact of that what we're looking at. So a lot of times persons don't understand the magnitude of which we have to interrogate these numbers, but it's a slow process to get the information out of the ministers, but we're there and we're fighting to get it done.
Yep, yep, yep. Well said. Jurita, I know unfortunately we're right at program time. Just as
I
the
barely
conversation
caught you.
heating up. Just at program time. But I really want to thank you for stopping by and for giving. Am I watching it right? And for bringing context to these many, many, many issues. When you look at how these guys are managing Parliament on the whole, it leaves much to be desired. The only time you see them showing up few and far in between is when they want money. I mean, what do you make of this personally as an economics person? How they have utilized this National Assembly really, really subpar. We could have done so much good work, but yet here we are. Here we are. Bad budgeting, bad fiscal management. Here we are yet again. Yet again.
Because they manage what is happening is that I think Winston Jordan speaks a lot about it. They well, he didn't use the word haphazard, but I'd say they're managing things so haphazardly that they are getting themselves into a lot of trouble. I mean, this is the fourth third and fourth financial paper for the year. We had two contingency paper and two supplementary papers coming before the house. And Sherrod, if you were to actually summate what is going on In earlier this year, we went and in February we debated the national budget of $383.1 billion, and it was touted to be the largest budget ever. And then today, at a close up today, the government would have approved an additional $49.9 billion, basically bringing it up to $433 billion. And with all that money that was spent, all of that money, they could not find it within their hearts to care for the public servants of this country, to give them a
Because
much
it stink, wicked, and dirty.
tangible amount in their wages and salaries. So this is the government that we're talking about. So no, we're not going to accept. I'm going to say this to the persons listening this evening. We're not going to accept to hear that. Oh, we're going to give the severed sugar workers 250 because we care, but we are not going to give the public servants any decent increase because basically they don't care. They don't care about these persons. So they're going to give payouts, and they're going to continue to give payouts to persons that they deem to be their supporters and their support base, and they're going to continue to punish with every means necessary the people that they perceive to be the coalition support base. And that's the sad reality of what's going on.
Rita, finally, I know you've been following this whole PPP Schuman fallout. That was on full display in the National Assembly again today, with the bars being thrown between the PPP and Schuman. What do you make of this escalation?
Well, just to give just to give a little bit of insight to the persons joining your program tonight, I had my own bit of fun with that particular matter because it was quite astonishing to see the PPP today attacking Schumann every word that comes out of his mouth, when every single other committee of supply that the assembly was in, and every single budget presentation since we started last year, every time Schumann spoke, they were in all cheers, and they were like, "Yes, Mr. Schumann," and they're cheering him on. So it was quite astonishing to see them flip the script on him today, and they were attacking him left, right, and center. It went so far that I think it was Miss Tisher, if I'm not mistaken, that said when Shuma was asking the questions, like, "Oh, you wouldn't know because you were in Canada." So I'm like, "You didn't know that when you were putting him as a deputy speaker. You didn't know that then." But it's really bitter right about now, and it's very toxic. And I can close my closing remarks would be that the National Assembly of Guyana, as it stands right now, I mean, this is my first time as a parliamentarian, but it's completely toxic. We have persons like Anand Prasad that uses the most vile, sexist, misogynistic comments, that slurs that are being thrown over. I wonder if he has a wife, he has a daughter, anything like that, because he operates in a manner. And I told him today
I
that
highly doubt it.
next time he directs any such misogynistic or sexist comment towards me, I'll officially register my complaint in writing to the National Assembly, because there's so much that you should take as a woman and a representative in the National Assembly as a female, and those persons are persons that we need to call out. So it is a very toxic environment altogether, and Schumann is getting the full length of the tongue of the PPP, and the wrath has been unleashed upon him. But as I said prior, if he has finally come to the point that way, would you want to call a spade, then we welcome the questioning that comes from him from the opposition side of the bench, and I hope he continues to actually to see things for what it really is and speak out on matters that he should have been speaking out about from day one.
Yeah, and I hope the Speaker of the National Assembly, I hope he's taking one, because soon as he step out of line, he can suffer the fate of Schumann. Soon as he step out of line. Juita, it was fantastic having you this evening. As per normal, thanks for joining us in the ring.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for having me. Good evening,
Yep.
everyone.
And guys, you may not know this, but at the back end, I've lost my screen, so I can't see. I can't see the names to give the ringsiders a shout out at all. But I am grateful nonetheless for each and every one of you who have joined us this evening. This program, it is what it is because of you guys, because you guys tune in every night. It is you got them frightened, it's not me. It's you all showing up here. Trenchies and jagabats, ringsiders especially. That got them so scared. That got them so scared because it lets them know that they're doing foolishness. It lets them know that they're doing nonsense. And that is why we've asked repeatedly for you guys to come on board and to partner with us so we can do more of it. That's why we ask you guys to share the live stream so that other folks can benefit from the information. There's a lot of misinformation on social media, a lot of propaganda. And the PPP, they are kings and queens of propaganda. You see that one, Teixeira? Lying Teixeira, propaganda queen. You see Priya? Oh, Father. Yeah, see Priya National Assembly, Priya hole for cry. People knocking, she burying all kinds of stuff. Propaganda, lies, lies. You see Papa Jagabat? Oh, Father. Who could spin misinformation and disinformation like them? Catfish? Catfish? He's a deep in propaganda. He actually think he's president. He actually think he run the show. Actually think so, Good to have each and every one of you with us, guys. Partner with us before you go. Ensure you share the live stream. Again, guys, we are really, really privileged to have each and every one of you. We want to see those emojis as well. Those guys who are joining us on Twitter, make sure you retweet. You're joining us on YouTube. Ensure you subscribe to that channel. You can share the link as well. Any page you're watching us from this evening, guys, make sure you follow those pages. Do that for us. Follow those pages. Share the live stream. Do us that privilege. It will be the privilege of our lives. I love calling the names of ringsiders. Respect and manners. I can't see none of y'all. I've lost the monitor here. But something has happened. I've lost the monitor. But that being said, folks, it's my privilege having each and every one of you. Until we meet again, thanks to all the folks. Hold on. Don't let me go away yet. All the folks who joined us below the belt today. We had Sharma Raheem Solomon. We had Christopher Jones. And we were talking the things about Sharon Hicks. Then charge here. And we know Forbes Burnham tell we a charge is not a proven offense. We want to see convictions. That's what we want. So we can get excited then. So we hold our breath. They have promised to charge. Promise to charge. Then we're going to take another 15 months. Promise to charge. Let me see how it goes. So we are discussing that. That stream, that podcast is still available on our pages, on our YouTube channel as well. You can come back and take a look at that. And we run tomorrow. Tomorrow is Open Mic Friday. So guys, we're going to invite you guys to call in, to share your concerns about different issues on the podcast tomorrow. Looking forward to see you at 12 sharp. 12 sharp, folks. Good to have each and every one of you again. And guys, my apology personally that I've lost the monitor and unable to give you guys the kind of shout out you're accustomed to. I really love staying a little bit after the program and calling your names, recognizing you guys because you're so valuable to us. So come on board, partner with us. We can do more podcasts. We can do more programs like this. And we told you guys, we ain't done yet. We ain't done. We're still tweaking these programs and we got more to roll out. More to roll out. So guys, come on board. Partner with us. By now you understand. We got stewards of your finances. We ain't running and going away. We out here. We out here on your behalf. On the WhatsApp. No, not the WhatsApp. On the Cash App. The Cash App platform. I told you I've lost my monitors. On the Cash App platform is the $ in the ring 592 at Cash App. At the PayPal, it's in the ring 592 at gmail.com. And at MMG, that's the local Cash App, the GT&T MMG system. Our number there is 627-6963. You can WhatsApp us on that number. Any videos you got, photographs, concerns, issues, we can be sure to give you any guidance that you may need. 627-6963. We're available on the MoneyGram platforms. You're available via Western Union. We ain't got a problem with them. They ain't got a problem with us. Folks, as you go, remember to sanitize, social distance, wear your mask. Practice all the COVID-19 protocols that are in place for your health and your safety. That of your friends, family, and loved ones. Good to see all of you guys. And ensure you share the live stream before you go. And smash that emoji button, folks. Good to have all of you guys in the ring tonight. We are pretty hardened by that, folks. Things tight. But let me follow Tatiana De Silva's example, folks. With integrity, with character, with decency, with values. Folks, don't let me sink to their levels. Don't let me sink to the stink, wicked, dirty level of the catfish brigade, the catfish school. Stay safe, folks. Stay safe. That's our program for this evening. Stay safe.